I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than one day. I know exactly what to say to each of them. I got along very well with them.
Welcome back, Geo-Politrickers. Today we're diving into a story so reckless, so dangerous that it could reshape the future of global politics. Joe Biden has done it again. In the last stretch of his presidency, he's made a decision that doesn't just push boundaries, it shatters them. He has authorized Ukraine to use American long-range missiles to strike inside Russian territory. Let me say that again, American-made missiles striking Russia. This isn't just policy, this is pure chaos. And let's be clear, the Democrats love this. They thrive on war, on feeding their military-industrial complex, on keeping the deep state well-fed. But at what cost? Here's where it gets frustrating. Why is Biden, with just weeks left in his presidency, making such a monumental decision? Wouldn't it make more sense to wait for Trump, a leader who's shown he can negotiate with strength and sanity? Trump isn't afraid to stand up to adversaries, but he also knows how to keep the US out of unnecessary wars. Biden's move does nothing but tie Trump's hands, leaving him to clean up yet another geopolitical mess. This isn't leadership, this is sabotage. These missiles aren't for defense anymore. This is about Ukraine striking deep into Russian territory. Changing the game completely, Russia has already warned of catastrophic consequences. And let me tell you, they're not bluffing. North Korean troops are already joining the fight on Russia's side. China is watching Biden's every misstep, and we're sitting here watching our tax dollars fuel a conflict that could spiral into World War III. And who really benefits from this? Not the American people, not global stability. It's the war profiteers, the deep state, and the Democrats, who love their war machinery more than they love this country. This is the same Biden administration that spent billions abroad while our borders are wide open. Our infrastructure is falling apart, and American families are struggling. They're selling you a story about defending democracy, but in reality, they're defending their bottom line. Contrast this disaster with Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, Trump understands how to lead without dragging us into endless wars. He is the only president in recent history who didn't start a new conflict. He faced down Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi Jinping with strength and diplomacy. Biden, he stumbles through every decision, leaving America weaker, not stronger. Trump Jr. said it best. Biden's trying to start World War III before his dad can step back into the Oval Office. And Trump himself, he's promised to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours. That's the kind of leadership we need right now. Donald Trump Jr., echoing the frustration felt by many Trump supporters, tweeted that Biden's move was an attempt to get World War III going before his father's presidency begins. His sentiments reflect broader concerns within the Republican base, where a Pew Research poll shows 62% believe the US bears no responsibility to support Ukraine against Russia. This isn't just about Russia and Ukraine, it's about China. It's about the alliances forming against us while Biden fumbles the ball. Under Trump, China and Russia had to think twice. Under Biden, they're forging a united front and we're footing the bill. The geopolitical stakes are high. Russia has labeled the missile authorization as adding fuel to the fire. And President Putin's spokesperson reiterated warnings of retribution against NATO-aligned actions. While nuclear threats remain unlikely under Cold War-era mutual destruction doctrines, the escalation has drawn alarm from multiple quarters. From a strategic standpoint, Biden's move is framed as a response to Russia's alliance with North Korea, as well as the need to counteract Moscow's sanctuary zones for logistical operations. Military experts argue this will enable Ukraine to strike critical Russian assets like airfields, ammunition depots, arms, and fuel supplies. With France and the UK expected to follow Biden's lead, the international ramifications of this policy are still unfolding. And let's not forget, we're risking global stability to fund a war that experts say won't even guarantee victory for Ukraine. This is about Biden's ego, about his desperation to leave a legacy no matter how many lives it costs. Here's the real question that defined Trump's victory. Do we keep marching to the Democrats' war drums, blindly feeding the deep state and risking global catastrophe? Or do we choose a leader who puts America first, negotiates with strength, and knows how to keep us out of unnecessary wars? This very choice is why Americans handed Trump a decisive win, because they're tired of endless wars, reckless decisions, and an egoistic Biden controlled by the deep state that prioritizes foreign conflicts over its own people. Trump's victory is a clear rejection of the Democrats' disastrous policies and a mandate for leadership that puts America back on track. The choice couldn't be clearer. The clock is ticking, and the world is watching. Stay tuned, folks, because this story is far from over, and trust me, things are about to get a whole lot more explosive. See you next time.